everyone, and welcome to the first Shield Global Online Safety Conference. This whole thing started as just a small idea around 3 months ago, and the energy and interest it's generated has absolutely been incredible. It's already become much more than I had hoped, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm also honored to be here with so many amazing speakers who are giving their time for the conference and for all of you who are here watching. So, I'll start by stating the obvious. The internet has undeniably brought us incredible benefits. I've lived in Europe for about 30 years, which is far away from my family on the other side of the Atlantic, and I've seen firsthand how much easier it is to communicate with them. I remember those super expensive long distance phone calls where we had to agree who's going to pay for it this time, waiting for letters and packages that never came or after the holiday they were intended for. Now we just connect instantly at virtually no cost, and online shopping has made it possible for us to give each other gifts in a much, much easier way. My daughter can have video calls with her grandparents, and they can share things that otherwise wouldn't be possible. They can get to know each other from across the Atlantic. Obviously, that's just one example, just a few examples of how advancing technology has helped me personally. But as we all know, these benefits have come with an extremely dark side and one that's constantly growing in sophistication and impact, especially for our most vulnerable, the children. As Titania Jordan so powerfully put it in a podcast that I heard her speaking at, giving a child access to the internet is also giving the entire internet access to that child. And unfortunately, that means the worst of what humanity is capable of is potentially within reach. Most of us can only imagine what that truly means, but there are those, like content moderators and data labelers, who experience this reality daily under extremely challenging circumstances. In the sessions, the human cost behind the machine, the dark world behind the screen, and the critical role of data labelers, they'll be sharing their stories. They pay an immense price for what they do to help others stay safer online. We'll also be hearing from others on the front lines. Shane Britton on online abuse and bullying, Teresa Ryan Rouget on online sexual abuse, a panel of experts on online misogyny and misogynoir, Omolara Akarele on the mental impact of online harassment in marginalized groups, and Megan Garcia and Eric Miche on the human cost of AI and social media. And we'll have collaboration jams focused on online sexual predators and human trafficking and online exploitation. These are extremely critical conversations. My own journey into this space began about a year and a quarter ago. I started to understand the true extent of the harms facing children and youth online, and I realized I had skills that could kind of help things better in my own small way. I founded Data Girl and Friends, and I'm focusing on creating video stories and exercises to teach kids and preteens about AI and online safety. And along this way, I've met an incredible group of talented and passionate people from around the world, all doing amazing work, but sharing one common struggle: the constant fight for funding and the challenge of scaling their impact. This shared struggle and recognition that we could achieve so much more together sparked the idea for this conference. I reached out to partners like John from the Plunk Foundation, Confidence from Internet Safe Kids Africa, Tiffany from Generation Remix, and Andy Briarcliff. And together, we turned this idea of global collaboration into a reality. So, why global? Obviously, because the harms are global. Tech companies have connected us in profound ways, tapping into the fundamental human needs like connection and community. They've built products that fulfill these needs on a global scale. This has made conferences like this, where we can hear from 58 experts from 16 countries and easily watch the recording in case we weren't available when someone speaks, even possible. This is an incredible feat that they have achieved. But this very interconnectedness means the risks and harms associated with these products are also spreading across global cultures and borders. These are global problems requiring a coordinated international response. Yet we haven't found the same common ground when it comes to fighting these harms. The same tools that connect us, and they are used to spread lies, facilitate abuse, and exploit the vulnerable. The same platforms that build communities also become breeding grounds for hate speech and harassment. If we want to make a real difference, we must find ways to work together globally. So, to put it simply, this conference is about trying to answer some fundamental questions. Why aren't we making more progress against online harms? What's preventing us from uniting our impact in the same way that technology has united us, for better or for worse? Why is it so much easier to build a global platform for connection than it is to build a global coalition for online safety? We need to examine the systemic challenges, the cultural norms, the economic incentives that perpetuate these harms. We need to have honest conversations about the role of tech companies, governments, law enforcement, educators, parents, children themselves, and all of us as individuals in creating a safer online world. And while technology has brought us closer in some ways, that closeness can be deceptive. We may think we understand other people and cultures through the internet, but the information we encounter is often biased and misleading. Just ask someone from a particular country or race what they think of the AI generated image of a person from their background. This is something that Confidence and I talk about a lot, and it can be genuinely shocking. Or consider how easily we can consume biased narratives about other cultures, only to discover how incomplete and inaccurate they were when we engage in real world conversations with those people. We think we know about the politics and culture of someone, when actually our knowledge is based on partial, often one sided information. So that's the context for the Shield Global Online Safety Conference. We wanted to create a free and fully online event to eliminate the financial barriers that often prevent some people from sharing their voices and experiences. We're also committed to making recordings of the sessions available to all registrants. Where you live, your financial situation, your time zone, none of these should prevent you from being a part of this vital conversation. This conference is about sharing knowledge, building real connections, and transcending geographical limitations to unite everyone who cares about online safety. One of the things that I'm most passionate about this conference is built on a core principle, amplifying the voices of those doing the work on the ground. These are the people closest to the problems, those who have witnessed firsthand the impacts of online harms. They're researchers uncovering new threats, activists pushing for better policies, educators teaching young people how to navigate the digital world safely, engineers developing innovative solutions, and survivors bravely telling their stories. We believe a diversity of perspectives is absolutely essential if we want to truly understand the challenges and find solutions that work, especially in a world where AI is missing critical knowledge and perspectives. It's increasingly being used on a global scale and having real concrete impacts. That's why we've also prioritized networking, idea sharing, and formation of working groups to ensure collaboration continues beyond this conference. Obviously, real progress comes from listening to presentations and engaging in conversations, but also building relationships and taking collective actions outside of a conference setting. And we want this conference to be a truly collaborative experience, not just a buzzword type of collaboration, but a place where you can listen, share your own experiences, be heard, and connect with others working on the same issues. It's not about simply identifying the problem, but it's about finding what can we do together to make real steps towards helping to solve it. We know the challenges are immense and resources are always stretched, but I believe change is possible if we work together, share what we know, and collaborate on finding solutions. I believe in the power of collective action. I believe that even small efforts, when combined, can lead to big change. And this isn't just a one off event. It's the beginning of something bigger. We want this to be the launch pad for ongoing collaboration, focused workshops, specialized training, important get together, and sustained engagement. Truly global collaboration for truly global solutions. We're committed to amplifying the incredible work being done to create a safer online world. We're here to build a community, a network of support, and a collective force for change. It's important to point that we're not trying to reinvent the wheel because we know about the amazing work being done by countless organizations, researchers, and activists. Most likely, all of you who are listening to this are in that group. Our goal is to create a platform that makes their work, your work, even more effective. We want to connect the dots, facilitate collaboration, and ensure everyone has the necessary tools and support. Because we all know the truth. The harms we're fighting are huge, constantly evolving, and deeply rooted. We need to work smarter, not just harder, and that means working together. My background as a CFO in a financial institution taught me that in complex, ever changing environments, we achieve the most when we work together, each of us as a piece of the puzzle. Individuals focus on their passions and strengths, understanding that they're just one piece of a vital puzzle, a bigger puzzle. We need to find the other pieces around us, trusting and trust in their expertise and commitment. And crucially, we all need to have a clear vision of the final puzzle. I know that's easier said than done, but if we need to understand the interconnectedness of these issues and how our individual efforts contribute to the larger goal, this conference is about embracing our unique roles in online safety, connecting with those who complement our work, and building a larger, more effective whole. In my case, I'm dedicated to online safety. It's deeply personal because I'm trying to make a better world for my daughter and other vulnerable children like her. But obviously, there's so much that needs to be done. Imagine a child that was born in 2023. They're entering a world where, according to our world and data, 67.4% of the global population uses the internet, up from just 12.2% 20 years earlier. We often are made to believe that 20 years is a really long time, but it isn't. That is a huge change in a really short amount of time. There are 110.6 mobile phone subscriptions for 100 people worldwide in 2023. This is up from 22.2% 20 years ago. I could share countless statistics about the growth of technology, especially AI, and how it impacts our lives. I could talk about the massive amounts of data each person generates and how much companies know about us, even before we turn 18. The problem, as Lisa Levasseur will discuss tomorrow, is that measuring these harms isn't simple. Often we don't even know how to measure them. Proving them can be even harder. We as a society were able to push back against the dominance of tobacco because the harms were definitely proven. With the online world, we're still grappling with the question of what is the truth? What is a harm? This makes it incredibly difficult to bring about real change that can protect that child. But I know we're all here because we refuse to stop trying, and we know we'll achieve more if we work together. This conference to me is perfectly encapsulated by something Calvin Odera from Kenya said: "None of us is as clever as all of us. Let's join and learn together." That's the power of collective intelligence. We all have something to offer, and by sharing what we know and experience, we can achieve so much more. And then there's the spirit championed by Josh Eckstein from the United States. We need to not be competing for funding or renown, but rather helping each other grow. This is crucial because while it can often feel like it, the fight for online safety isn't a competition. We're all on the same side and we need to support each other, share resources, and celebrate each other's successes. And I'll close with another key goal of this conference: empowering youth and making them a part of the solution. Tiffany Wyckoff has two sessions on youth changemakers and a youth led digital wellness movement. Jose Antonio Gordillo Monterrey will discuss how children can become leaders in their own online learning. And a panel of university students will share why it's so important to talk with them, not about them, when it comes to creating a safer online world. So I sincerely hope you enjoy the conference and that this will just be the beginning of our work together for a safer online world.